Cat, home of brilliant children's books. Meow!
Hello and welcome to another Tomser Cat Storytelling session. I'm Seren Dorey and today I'm going to be reading A Close Shave at Grandpa's by my dad, Mark Dorey. This is a very short story that I'm going to quickly read to you, and please let us know if you like it. Please put in the comments below if you want us to do some more. Sometimes when I reach up and rub Grandpa's chin, it feels rough and prickly. Stubbly hairs sticking out all over, all white, sharp and spiky, like a worn hairbrush. I check my own chin, it feels smooth. Grandpa's eyes twinkle with laughter. Time for a shave, I think. Quickly we head for the bathroom. Grandpa looks in the mirror at his stubbly reflection and rubs his chin thoughtfully. He runs the tap while I pull across a chair, standing on it so I can get a better look. Steam puffs and rises as hot water fills the sink. Grandpa reaches for a small dish. He lets me have a look. Inside the dish is a worn, odd-shaped pebble of soap. Grandpa takes a small round brush, bristling with long hair. He rubs it against my chin. The brush is lovely and soft, and it tickles. Grandpa smiles as he dips the brush into the water. He swirls the brush round and round the little soap dish. Then something wonderful happens. With each swirl, the dish and brush begins to bubble and foam. Grandpa whirls the brush faster and faster. The foam rises and bubbles and rises, until it's nearly spilling over the sides of the dish. Grandpa scoops a large dollop of soapy foam with the brush and dabs some of it on my chin. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Grandpa paints the bubbly foam all round his chin and up the sides of his face. He looks like Father Christmas. We look at each other again, then at the foam still in the dish. Grandpa dabs in the brush again and paints my face too. We look in the mirror and laugh at my bubble white beard. Two Father Christmases in their stripy pajamas smiling in the mirror. Grandpa takes his old razor. It looks like a capital T and it's a sort of goldy colour. He examines it carefully, gently rubbing the top with his crinkly finger. Grandpa tuts softly and shakes his head. Blunt, he says. Time for a new one. And screwing the top, Grandpa carefully removes a very thin, dulled piece of metal. This is the old razor blade, he says. The razor blade looks almost as thin as silver paper. Grandpa wraps it carefully in some tissue paper. Then, taking a new razor blade from a small plastic box, he puts the new shiny one in place and screws the top back on. I wanted to touch the razor and feel its sharpness. Grandpa looks at me sternly and shakes his head. No, it's far too sharp. You need a special razor. He hands me a toothbrush. Now, watch, he says, his eyes twinkling. Grandpa carefully scrapes away the soapy foam from his face with the razor. Then he swooshes the mountain of foam off the razor, round and round in the sink of steamy water. The foam floats on top of the water like a bubbly island. Now you, but be careful, razors are dangerous things. I take my toothbrush, razor just like Grandpa, and carefully scrape away the foam, swooshing it off in the sink. We look in the mirror and laugh. With a few more strokes, we've done our faces and chins. All that's left to do is to shave off the long, foamy, white caterpillars just above our mouths. Grandpa crinkles up his forehead. Now comes the tricky bit. Then, lifting his head and pinching his nose, he carefully scrapes away, removing the soap just under his nose above his top lip. Grandpa watches as I do the same. Watch you don't cut yourself, razors are very sharp. Very slowly and carefully I remove all the remaining foam with my toothbrush razor. Then, with a final swoosh of our razors, we put them safely away. On goes the tap and splash, 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 all over our faces as we get the last of the soap off. With our dripping faces, we skip across to the towels to dry off. Then I quickly head for the door. "Hang on, lad, we haven't finished yet," says Grandpa. He's looking a bit worried. "There's still this stingy bit left." I don't like the sound of that. Grandpa's face breaks into a smile. "Well, sort of stingy, but only if you're brave enough." He smiles again, and I know that everything's okay. Taking a small bottle of clear green liquid, Grandpa takes the top off the bottle and places it under my nose for me to sniff. It smells wonderful. "This," he says, "is called aftershave." "What's aftershave, Grandpa?" "It's what you have to put on after shaving." "What does it do then, Grandpa?" "It's good for your skin, lad, and it also makes you smell nice, but it can be a little bit stingy. Don't worry, it's only stingy for grown-ups. Now," he says with twinkly eyes, "you first." Grandpa puts his finger over the end of the bottle and quickly tips it upside down and back again, leaving the tiniest spot of fluid on the tip of his crinkly finger. Rubbing his hands together, he cups his hands and gently rubs the fluid into my face and chin. A lovely sweet smell fills the air. "Very brave," he says. "Now me." Grandpa pours a little more into his hand and rubs both hands together. He pauses for a moment, looking a bit worried before rubbing his hands all over his face. At first, nothing happens. Then Grandpa pulls all kinds of strange faces as he starts hopping and jiggling on the spot. "Ooh-ah! Yo-ah!" Finally, with all his dancing over, he bends his knees, straightens up and smiles. "Are you okay?" I asked. Grandpa nods and crouches down. His face is really close. "Go ahead," he says. "Have a feel." The bristly spikes have all gone and his skin is lovely and soft and slightly wrinkled. He smells lovely. Grandpa smiles warmly. "Now that we're all nice and smooth," he says, "I think it's time for a cuppa and some nice toasted muffins." Well, I really hope that you enjoyed this very short book, and if you'd like to hear some more, please put down in the comments below that you'd like to hear some more. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click that bell below and you'll never miss another episode. Thank you for listening. Bye.